My friend, welcome to our tribe. Hashtag Badass Humans Unite. It is your friend, Megan Miller, founder of the Intentional Living Method, TEDx and global speaker, international best-selling author, creator and host of this tribe right here, Intention to Intention podcast. And behind all that, behind all those accolades, what I want you to know is I am someone who has struggled my entire life with where I fit into the world, someone that has struggled with the self-talk, someone that hid behind the mask, someone that was so hungry for the validation from the outside world that I became addicted to it. And I did not know how to get out of it. And I am sharing with you these small intentional micro moments, these micro steps, these micro decisions that took me from existing to living. And you can too, my friend. Welcome to Attention to Intention. Hello, my friend. Hello. If you have not, I would love for you to go to megan-miller.com. I'm going to link it in the show notes, and I want you to download these 4 questions. I ask myself them every morning. Take what works for you, leave the rest behind that doesn't. Here's what I want you to know. The quality of your life is a direct correlation to the quality of questions that you ask yourself. And when you pause, when you hit this intention, when you ask yourself, how do I want to show up today with the power of these 4 questions, it is a powerful thing. And my friend, these questions are exactly how I got out of the debt, how I removed myself from the binge drinking to numb, how I found the love of my life, how I started this business. I am not special. You can have that thing that feels like such a damn pipe dream, that thing that you're not even really being honest with yourself that you want. You can have it. And it starts with the power of these 4 questions. Now is a beautiful time in this moment of pause and reflection to take the moment of momentum. You know, the treadmill has paused a little bit in the corporate world. Take that moment and start showing up for you. Go to megan-miller.com. It'll pop right up on the bottom of the screen. 4 questions, download them, take what feels right. I've had you beautiful humans tell me that you put it on a Post-it note on your bathroom window. I've had you beautiful humans tell me that you put it on your monitor, the bottom of your screen. I've had you beautiful humans tell me that you put it on your nightstand table. So when you get up in the morning, it's the first thing that you see. Whatever feels right to you. I print it out. I have a little journal, and that is where I go first thing in the morning. I do that before I go to the phone for all the things. So whatever feels right, you can do it in the car. You can lock yourself in the bathroom. If you have kids running around, doesn't matter where you do it. It matters the action. So I got to tell you, I woke up this morning in a bit of a panic. I went to get my phone, and it was like a black screen. And as the anxiety came over me, thinking to myself, my husband's traveling right now, and I'm like, he's going to think I'm dead. How am I going to get a hold of anyone, right? You automatically go worst case scenario. Afterwards, I thought to myself, man, this is kind of freeing. I have been so much more productive this morning. I've been so much more peaceful because I'm not tied to the damn thing. There is a lesson here, and I feel as if that the lesson is that I need to be more intentional on the screen time. I thought I was, but after this morning, I was like, ooh, this is good. I love me this freedom. And I want you to join me. I think one of the things you and I are going to work on this year, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram or LinkedIn or email me, megan@megan-miller.com. It's all in the show notes. Do you want to do some sort of like phone challenges or something? I don't know. My head is brewing because this freedom I felt this morning, I thought, whoo, there is a lesson here. The shout out today goes to the holidays. You know, I got to tell you, After 5 hours yesterday of putting this shit up, glitter all over the place, sweating, I even kicked the box. I did curse. Poor Stella, our fur rescue, got like the aftermath of me yesterday. But afterwards, after all that was said and done, I looked around and I was like, oh my God, I love the comfy coziness. Anyone else with me on it? Like, you think that the holiday decorating is going to take a hot minute, and then you're like, shit, 5 hours later, and it's just the two of us. We don't have kids in the house. So, any of you mamas that are decorating for the kids and doing the whole thing, God bless. Yeah. But there's something when you're done sitting there enjoying it, it's like cozy and comfy. And it brings back so many memories. And yesterday, after I showered the glitter off me, after I had a moment to appreciate what Stella and I did yesterday with the decorating, I sat there and I thought to myself, God, I love the holidays. I love the holidays. There's something in the air. There is something in the air. We're kinder to each other. We make a moment of pause to actually ask the colleague, hey, how was your Thanksgiving? If you're in the US, what'd you do? We just are human with each other. And I think what a gift that is. Let's relish in that. So, my friend, whatever your table looked like, if you are one of my US family members, tribe members, whatever your table looked like, may you have felt the love around it. What a gift that is. And this is what I want to talk to you about in our kitchen table conversation with you and I this week is this micro step that is going to help you lift the holiday guilt and anxiety. Because, my friends, I didn't even realize how much shit I was carrying around with that until this Thanksgiving. When Michael and I decided he has a large conference he needed to fly out to very early on Saturday morning. And we looked at each other and we both decided, you know what? Why the hell are we going to rat race around this year, spend the majority of the time in the car, when for us this season, this year, it just feels right to keep it simple and have it just be he and I, and go out to a restaurant and just enjoy the day together in a way that feels right to us. And I have to tell you, I felt lighter. It was perfect. I felt more present. And I want to gift you the same gift that this decision this year gave myself, because I did not realize how much anxiety and overwhelm and guilt I was carrying on my shoulders that no one was telling me that I had to do. But I felt that I needed to be present at all the things. I felt that I needed to really show up and show those in my life how grateful I am and go above and beyond. And there is something so freaking freeing when you ask yourself what feels right to me or what feels right to my family, and you make a decision based on that. That's exactly what we did this year, and it was perfect. We got up late. We walked our fur baby. I read a book. We had a beautiful meal together. We walked on the beach. We came back and snuggled on the couch and watched one of our favorite shows. Is anyone watching Morning Show on Apple? Oh my God. It is so good. It is so good. And it was a perfect day. It was a perfect day. And so I had posted this on Instagram, and I heard from so many of you beautiful humans saying that you did something very similar. Either something didn't go as planned in the day and you would have let it jack you up, and instead you just went with it. Or also, I heard from several of you that you said, you know what? We didn't do the whole big thing this year, and it actually felt freeing. So what does that look like tangibly? Right? Because you know I'm all about the tangible steps. We talk about these things in these sort of very abstract ideas, but how can you gift yourself this freedom to enjoy and be present with wherever you are and whatever looks right to you. Here's the thing, there's no right way and there's no wrong way to do the holidays. Here's what I want you to know. I've had many Thanksgivings, I've had many Christmases, I've had many New Years where all I wanted to do was retract from the world and I wanted to hide, and I did. I've had many holidays where I was ambushed with the family questions, or felt like I was, because I wasn't in a good mental space. They were all coming from a good place. I think the majority of our family is and are. It's how are you interpreting it? And I wasn't in a good place, and I felt like shit on the other end of it, and spent weeks questioning myself and the decisions that I've made. And I've also had holidays where I felt so damn grateful and wanted to soak up every part of it. There is no wrong way or right way to do it. I want you to hear me loud and clear. Whatever you need in this season of your life, here's your permission slip to give it to yourself. And how do you do that, right? It sounds easy, but how do you do it? It's 2 steps. This is 2-step process, my friends. You ready for it? Step number 1, give yourself the space to hear yourself. Give yourself the space to hear yourself. You might think, Meg, what does that mean? Here's what that means. In the silence, it was Rumi who said this, and I love it. I actually have this on my vision board. In the silence, there is so much to hear, and that is so true. So how can you create some silence to hear yourself? When you ask yourself, what do I want? What do I need this holiday season? Here's how you hear yourself. It can be in the shower with some silence. I don't care if you got to lock the door to let the rest of the world out. It can be in the car. I love my car time. I don't care if it's 10 minutes down the road to the grocery store. It can be a beautiful gift. Car time in silence. Raise your hand and say, I'll go to the grocery store. I'll run to the post office. I'll run the errand, because the time in silence in the car is such a gift. It could also be moving your body in whatever way feels right to you. Walking the dog, that's moving your body with no headphones in, with just a moment of silence. It could be even, putting on YouTube, moving your body for 20 minutes. It's amazing what comes to you in the silence. I actually have a little a little like spiral binder notepad in where I work out, because I have the best ideas that come to me there. So giving yourself the space to ask what feels right to you, that's step number 1. And then step number 2, here it is, acting on it. Having the courage to vocalize whatever comes to you. Here's an example. I use this one this year. You know what? Michael and I were just keeping it small this Thanksgiving. So it's just going to be him and I. That's it. No one gave me shit. It can be something as simple as saying, you know what? This year it feels really right for us just to be present as a family. So we're not going to be able to make it. You don't have to do the same shit you did every year. It's okay to change it with the seasons of life. So the 2 steps that you're going to do to help lift yourself of this anxiety that comes around the holidays of wanting to do all the things and be all the things is twofold. 1, you're going to give yourself the space to hear yourself and ask yourself, what feels right to me? Right? And then you make a decision based on that, on your family dynamics. And then 2, acting on it, vocalizing it. And it doesn't need to be aggressive. It is something so powerful to say, you know what, we're keeping it small this year. It's just going to be my family. That's the one I used. Or you can say, you know what, we really want to be at home this year, and we really just want to enjoy this moment of the kids' life, so we're not going to be able to make it. Whatever feels right. You don't have to make up a whole long big lie. I'll tell you, no one gave me shit. And if people do give you shit, if that happens, here's what I want you to know. I'm going to link this in the show notes, because this podcast episode at 7 minutes made its way to me from a dear friend, and it's Esther Pearl. Check her out. She's this relationship communication guru. And what she talks about in this 7 minutes is so powerful. And it's around when someone criticizes you and you don't let that in, that's on them. When someone criticizes you and you don't let that in, that's on them. It's 7 minutes. It is worth every second of that 7 minutes, my friend. Here is to doing whatever the hell feels right to you this holiday season. You've worked your ass off this year. Do what feels right to you. My friend, I'm standing by you and I'm standing with you. Carry on with intention. My friend, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If this episode spoke to you, I love when you guys let me know that you shared this with your tribe. I've had several of you beautiful humans let me know that you talked about some of the subject matter that we talk about here on intention and micro steps and micro commitments and self-talk around the Thanksgiving table. What a gift to do with your family. Isn't it our family that are the people that sometimes know us the least? So share this episode, share this community with those in your family. Talk about it around the dining room table. Share it with the people that you work with to begin to have a conversation around it. Whatever feels right, my friend, I would love for you to just share this content. There is so much negativity out in this world. Let's do the thing that is so powerful, which is lift each other up, which is empower each other, which is share positive content, the ripple impact. It's a beautiful gift, my friend. Also, please rank the podcast. Is that what you call it? Rank, rate it? I don't know. Leave some stars if you can. It helps spread this message in the algorithms of our online digital world. I will see you next week, my friend. Until then, carry on with intention. Mwah.